Welcome back, guys. My name is Juliuz. Today we are watching Ross Cameron, biggest loss of 2024. Recently, I watched a lot of videos where basically Ross Cameron is making $30,000 or even $100,000 per day. So I'm very interested to find out what his biggest loss in 2024 is. If it's bigger than $100,000, I don't know. Video is 18 minutes long, so I'm gonna skip through it a little bit. Let's get right into it.
What's up, everyone? All right, so yesterday was the biggest green day of the entire year, and guess what today is? The biggest red day. Well,
that's oftentimes the case where you really get a great winning day and on the next day your strategy performs a little poorly. It's just an equalization, okay? Have a great winner, you probably get a great loser as well to kind of make up for it.
almost. I had the biggest single loss of the entire year this morning. In fact, I hit my max loss. I went below my max loss. And you know what time it was? 7:05 a.m.
If you already hit your max loss at 7 a.m., then probably you're very frustrated.
Eastern Standard Time. 5 minutes into the day, I'm down big. We're gonna go over all these trades today, but I had to make a calculated decision. It's 7:05, what do I do? Do I stop? Do I keep trading? I did keep trading, and I was able to trim the loss down, but it's still a red day. It's still
Wow, that's really dangerous. You have a max loss for a reason, so that you are finished for the day, that you stop trading to not get into this kind of flow where in the end you blow up your account completely. But he is so experienced that I think he can trust himself on that and maybe turn the day around.
still a max loss.
But I would not recommend it to me or anybody else.
Red day. And I'll walk you through the process of how I was able to recover and what my decision making was that led me to continue to trade in spite of hitting max loss. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Let's start with first trade of the day. And in fact, one of the stocks I made the most on, BTCT. So BTCT, this is the stock that I crushed yesterday. And so after yesterday's super hot day, biggest green day of the year, I came in today swinging hard. I stepped up to the plate. First trade, BTCT, 10,000 shares and made 10,000 bucks on the first trade. So let's look at this chart.
Wow, I really want to know what he traded here now. $10,000 in one trade. 10,000 shares, $10,000 probably means that the price changed 1 point.
BTCT, this is the stock that squeezed up. This is now the third day of continuation, which, you know, really nice day here, pulled back, really nice move here, pulled back, and really nice move right here. But I didn't make as much on it as I coulda, woulda, shoulda, and I'll explain why. So first trade for me was right at 7 a.m. here. It popped up to a high of 21.75, and I bought this pullback right here. And on this move, I locked up, first trade was $10,000 of profit as it squeezed up right there. So it ends up hitting a high of 25, but you know what? Right at $25, there was a hidden seller. There was a hidden seller at 25, and I was feeling pretty confident. So I thought, well, you know what? Someone's selling shares here at 25, but you know, I'm in the market to buy shares. I think this thing is going to go higher. In fact, I think it's going to break through 26, yesterday's high. So I started adding at 25, but it didn't break. The seller was bigger than I was willing to buy. They had more shares than I wanted. And so it ends up dropping back down, and it kind of does.
He's such a big player in the stock market that he's basically battling with another big shark who is trying to sell the contracts, and now the person with bigger liquidity wins in the end. I think it's crazy. It's a completely different kind of trading than we are doing here, okay? He's basically in a battle with one other person or one other institution, shares-wise, okay? I think that's crazy.
There's a little bit of a jackknife here. It drops all the way down to 23.50, bounces back up to 25, pulls back, and I ended up stopping out of that second trade on BTCT for a loss. So 2 trades into the day, 1 green, 1 red. I'm still in the green on BTCT, but another stock hits my scanner, and this is where things went wrong, and it happened fast. TRNR. TRNR hits my scanner. I pull up the chart, and I immediately see 2 things. Number 1, this is a stock that was on my watch list from yesterday. It was on my watch list yesterday because it was gapping up a little bit, and I noted recent reverse split, super low float. This is something I should pay attention to. The problem yesterday, there was no news on it. So I thought, well, if there's no news, I probably won't trade it. So this morning, when it starts spiking up, I jumped in immediately. I'd say I gave into FOMO. I had a little bit of FOMO. I had just taken a little bit of a loss on BTC.
We already can see how the market actually declined immediately, so that's really interesting. And I also noticed that he's using this trading view charts. Okay, there's basically those trading view tabs that he has in his chat room.
BT, and I came back swinging. I jumped in full size, adding at $7, $8, and $9 a share. And well, the chart speaks for itself. You could see what happened. It went from 650 to 7. I didn't get in until way up here. So I'm adding at 8, 850, and 9. It hits a high of 950, and it dumps all the way back to $6.50. And I stopped out as it was going way down here. The problem was I was getting horrible slippage on my exit. So, I mean, it was unbelievable. In an instant, I lost $25,000. Boom. That's my P&L for today.
Okay, that is crazy. I actually expected way more. Why? Because he has those big $100,000 winning days. So I expected his loser to be $100,000, $200,000, $300,000. Okay, $25,000 is actually showing us how big of a profitable trader he actually is if he has those 100K winners and his biggest loser is a $24,000 trade. He is unspeakable profitable. Crazy. I actually expect a little more here.
Lost $24,345.58 on TRNR, and
that just emphasizes to me how good he is.
it happened in 2 minutes. Less than 2 minutes.
Don't get me wrong here, okay? When he's talking about a 25K loser in 2 minutes, this is more than I could even imagine. I don't know what I would do if I would get such a loser, but what he's talking about here is on his standards, the biggest loser, okay? In my standards, when I'm very, 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 very good, I catch $1,000 winning day. So in my perspective, my biggest loser would then be $240. And you can be sure that I'm losing more than $240 on a day sometimes. All right. So that perspective is really crazy to me.
2 minutes, biggest loss of the whole year. Momentary lapse of judgment, taking that much size, chasing, giving into FOMO. Sure, you could say that. And I'll also say that it's not uncommon for big red days to come right after big green days. In fact,
that's what I talked about earlier.
Biggest green day of all time in January of 2021 made almost $500,000 in one day.
This can't be real. $500,000 from day trading, guys. In one day.
Okay. Less than a week later, the biggest red day of my entire career. Down almost $300,000.
This is what I expected, okay? When he's talking about those numbers. Okay, $300,000 losing day. Wow.
One day. And actually, that puts this in perspective. Losing $300,000 in one day. I've been through that. Being down $11,000 today, even being down $25,000. I can stomach that. I can recover from it. I mean, I know I can. It's not a question of if. It's just, how many days is it going to take? But this was sort of my reality this morning. I'm now down on the day. I'm in the red, and I'm below my max loss. My max loss I have set at minus $7,500. So I generally say my daily max loss is $5,000, but I actually have a cap on my account at 7,500. If my account is down P&L below 7,500, I cannot take any more trades. So you know what I did? I picked up my phone. I called Lightspeed. I said, hey, you know who this is. Increase my max loss. Move it up. 25 grand. Move it up.
Wow. That's actually really dangerous.
And, I hate doing that. I don't like doing that. But here was the decision my thought process for doing that. So it's important to have a max loss. It's important to have a line in the sand where you're like, that's it. I'm done. I'm going to walk away. And if I had taken that trade at 10:30 or 11 a.m., I would have walked away, because at that point in the day, my chance of recovering the loss is basically non-existent. I'm not going to recover that kind of loss at 11 a.m. How do I know that? I know my metrics, I know my strategy, and I know that when I'm trading, I make the most money between
Let's take a quick look at his
metrics.
statistics.
I know my strategy, and I know that when I'm
Or is it a monthly statistic? I'm not sure here. Largest loss, largest gain, aggregated P&L. Okay, 29,000 trades and $19,000. 68% are winning trades. Are we able to see a risk reward? Average winning trade, average losing trade. Okay, he actually has a reward risk ratio that is below 1, but has a 68% win rate. Okay, pretty good statistics here.
I'm trading, I make the most money between the hours generally of, at this point, 7 and 11 a.m. So if I take a huge loss here at 11, there's really no hope for recovery. I'm going to just give up and try again. But taking a huge loss at the beginning of my window, oh, that puts me in quite the predicament. The question is, if I keep trading, can I remain calm, cool, and collected?
Okay, this is where I'm going to stop the video. Definitely make sure to check out the rest of Ross' video to find out how he turned around a lot of his loss here and made some more profits. Great video. I loved it. One of the best videos I've seen recently. He has so much knowledge. I'm quite new to his channel, okay? With all this reaction stuff, I'm looking into the trading scene on YouTube more and more. I'm quite new to all of those YouTube traders, and I immediately noticed that he is one of the best and we can learn so much from him. So definitely make sure to check out the rest of the video. We see us in the next episode. Take care of yourself, guys. Also leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Do not forget that. Thank you. Have a great rest of the week. Bye bye.